Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to LOI Fan TV. I hope you're all keeping very, very well. In today's video, we're going to be looking ahead to game week 11 in the LOI Premier Division, joined once again by Luke Jennings. Luke, how are you, mate?
All good, Ross. Yeah, now another game week in the league. Looking forward to it.
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, it's been a great weekend for yourself. The past weekend, obviously, we saw Derry dropping points, Pats dropping points, Shells dropping points, and yourselves picking up a nice 3-0 win. So you're a happy customer.
Yeah, no, I thought Shels won the league in March there from the way they're going on for a bit. Champions elect. I don't know what's the best way to call it, but yeah, it
Still
was.
5 points clear. Still 5 points clear, mate.
There was nearly a trophy parade at one stage. Like it was just getting a bit too much. And then obviously the grass got a bit long in Tolka, and Duffer couldn't find his lawnmower, and now
The pitch is
no,
in bits, mate. The pitch is in
no winning
bits.
tree. So yeah.
Oh, stop.
Or has been
Stop.
what's it? What goes up must come down.
What are you looking for now? Four in a row, five in a row, is it?
Five in a row, yeah, just the
Well, we're
five.
5 points clear, so we'll see how that goes.
We'll see. It's a long season.
We'll jump straight into it with Bohemians against Rada. Now, we did do a video on Bohemians recently, so make sure you go check that out. We kind of delved into their upturn and form as of late in our recent videos. Make sure to check that out. But they do have a great opportunity to back up 2 wins and make it 3 wins on the spin with a home game against Drogheda. Now, by no means an easy feat, and we did see Bows recently kind of lose at home to Waterford in a game you might expect them to have won. They did win against Dundalk on Monday night, but Drogheda will be no easy game.
No easy game. Like on both sides, Bows are in good form and Drogheda are unbeaten in four. Great
Mm.
result against Derry. Like kind of come back from a losing position and get some out of the game. Francis Perot, like someone we've kind of talked about on the channel that hasn't really got up and running this season. That'll do his confidence the world of good. Like so,
Great finish. Yeah.
fantastic to see. And as I said, he took the goal really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, like in relation to Bohemians, obviously 2 wins this weekend, so they're in red hot form too, and they'll be looking to kind of close the gap on Shells at top of the league, and Derry they're on the same points as. So yeah, if the logical answer here is a Bows win, but I just think the Drogheda are just kind of in that bit. They're just stopping teams in their tracks, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same on Friday night. So I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, I think what you say, Drogheda are unbeaten four, is it?
They've had 4 draws in a row. Yeah,
I was about to say they've unbeaten in four, but they've drawn, they haven't
yeah,
won a game yet. So it feels
yeah,
like they're nearly due a win at some stage. But
yeah.
yeah, Drogheda, I think they're with that side that like they are down there at the moment where they're probably ninth in the league or something. I'll double check that. Yeah, they're ninth in the league, but it feels like their performances aren't as bad as that makes out, and I think they've enough to potentially get out of that. But then you're looking at it, and you're like, who's actually going to go down then? So it's impossible to tell really. But yeah, I think Drogheda will make this really tough, and they have players that can definitely hurt Bows. As you mentioned, Pro, Darren Markey's a smashing little player as well in midfield. If he can get on the ball, and make things happen, that'll be dangerous for Bows. But yeah, what did you go for a draw? Wasn't it one
A
all?
1-1 draw.
One
Yeah.
all, yeah. I think I'll just go for Bows to nick it. Not confident in that pick whatsoever, to be honest, but I'll just go for Bows. I'll go for a 2-1 Bohemians win there. I think they might just have enough to get over the line.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's fair. That's logical for sure. I suppose I'm just trying to span around the works to
Yeah. Oh, no, the draw is
get
a good
clips.
shout as well. Yeah, yeah,
I'm sure I'll be
yeah.
on Twitter on Saturday morning, but sure, look.
Next up, we have a massive game at the Brandywell. Derry City playing host to Shamrock Rovers. Now, Derry are currently second in the league, but they're kind of stuttering and starting and stuttering and starting. They're on 16 points after 10 games. They're 1 point ahead of you. You do have a game in hand though on them. Shamrock Rovers traveling there off the back of a fantastic 3-0 win over Sligo Rovers. Talk us through that one a little bit.
Yeah, just Rovers were in cruise control kind of from minute one. A really kind of convincing performance. Greenberg with a fantastic strike, and then Aaron
Great
Green
goal.
with a double in the second half. It's kind of a bit. When me and a few of the lads were joking about this. It's kind of Aaron Green's Benzema season. Uh, for so many years, he's kind of like not found the back of the net for Rovers, and now he has 4 goals so far this season. Like I know it's early days still, but he's
Yeah.
been impressive to be fair. Like he took his second goal really well, running in behind and placing the pass McGinty, who's arguably the best keeper in the league. So yeah, like it's kind of fantastic to have we'll say Connor Kerrs or whatever. Yeah,
I
he's
can't
gone
say
one
it
game
anymore. I can't really
straight.
say it anymore. He needs to get his act together a little bit.
Exactly, to keep them out of the goal. No, but yeah, like we were in cruise control that game, and we're kind of in good. I know we had a blip against Pats, but we're kind of in a good spot now. We players like Trevor Clark coming on again, getting more minutes. Apparently Neil Farrugia is close. Jack's been close for the last 6 months, so he's still
Yeah.
close. So you never
Yes,
know.
yeah,
Derry are in a weird spot now where they need to win this game, especially
definitely.
after the Pats results. So I think the pressure's all on Derry. Like obviously we need to do well, but I think it suits us going up there. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Rovers win.
Big call. Big call. Yeah, yeah. I think this game is a draw written all over, to be honest. I can see it being a bit of a like because there is so much technical quality on the pitch, and there's probably the best sets of players, really, you'd say maybe on display. It was a 2-2 draw on Tala, if I'm not mistaken, earlier on the season. I think this could be a bore fest. I think this could be a nil all. I think it has that kind of vibe to it for some reason. I think both sides will just be kind of cautious this stage of the season, not losing too much ground on what's above them. Uh, I could just see this one playing out into like a kind of a boring nil all draw, and both sides being okay about it. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's very plausible. I'm just referencing back last season. We played them at this time as well, and we beat them 2-0. And we just kind of, it really was the part of the season where we got motor and Jack Burns scored a cracking goal from 40 yards, and we had a great team goal as well. So I
yeah.
suppose just recalling previous experiences, but as you said, two teams tight, great players. You know, it could be a stalemate. So.
Yeah, yeah, tough one to call. Another tough one to call is Galway United at home to Shells. Now, Shells desperately need to get back in the win column, and this is not a nice place to go to try and do that. Galway they drew their most recent game, was it 0-0 away at Waterford? Um, so yeah, you kind of know exactly what you're going to get from Galway. They made it very tough for us at Talca Park earlier on the season. I think it was only a 1-0 win for Shells there, and Galway kind of put pressure on, plenty of crosses in the box. You just know exactly what you're going to get from them. I do think Shells can match that though. I think Shells have enough about them to do it. Obviously, it's been a poor run recently. I think it was a two draws, Derry and Drogheda, and then a loss to Bows, obviously, which was a disaster. But I don't think you can like jump into the catastrophe kind of realm yet. Like it's not a disaster. So 5 points clear at the top of the league for the great start to the season. You can't like it's bound to have a little bit of a hiccup here and there. So I think this is a decent opportunity to get back ahead of two. I think with two Dublin derbies at the back of this as well, so need to try and get 3 points on the board. I will reluctantly touch on the Bows game. Obviously, Shell started off quite well. It's kind of first 25. Get that smirk off your face. Get the Shell started off quite
Oh,
well. They did
brilliant.
start.
Talk us through it.
And then the 2-1, and then we'll move on. No, Shell started the game well. They started the game quite well. 20, 25 minutes, we kind of put them under pressure. We really looked the better side. I think we actually looked the better side throughout, really, as well. Second half was a little bit messy. Um, but yeah, the pitch application is no favors. Uh, but yeah, just a long punt up the pitch from Bowes. I think it was the keeper launched it forward, and yeah, fair play to Akintunde. We kind of touched on in a recent video his come back into the mix for Bowes, and he did really really well to get in between Gavin Malloy, who's been one of the best defenders in the league so far this season, and Connor Kearns as well. And Connor Kearns, you're a goalkeeper. Did you see the incident? Did you see the
No,
penalty?
I didn't see the
You haven't
instant.
seen
No,
it. I'd be interested
I
to hear
haven't
your
seen it.
thoughts on it as a goalkeeper yourself, because
Yeah.
he comes for it, and I'm half thinking like yeah, you probably get there most of the time, but he's kind of going away from goal. Do you need to come all the way out? He probably isn't getting into a really threatening position. And this is kind of lets himself hang there. And Akintunde's clever and cute, nips in and wins the penalty. And then it was only a few minutes later, I think, when a well worked set piece and Jordan Flores heads it in. And then before you know it, you're 2-0 down against Bows and chasing the game, which is just so unideal. Second half, got back into it a little bit. Will Jarvis dispatched the penalty. And then you're just pushing for that equaliser, which never came, unfortunately, and it goes down as a really, really disappointing result. Unfortunately. And Bows obviously into third place. Shell still top of the league. It's not a disaster, as I said, but definitely need to get back in the win column here. I'm gonna go for a repeat of Talker Park. 1-0 Shells away from home with Galway.
I thought you were going to say 2-1 Galway.
Oh, a repeat
Oh.
of the Talker Park game with Galway.
No, yeah, no. Like I think this game is going to, even though they will have 1-3, like this game is, are you serious or not for the title? Like this is a kind of a tough place to go. Galway give it easy to nobody, and like if you win this game, it's kind of like right, like this is not getting to us. We're back on track going into
Yeah.
two big Dublin Derby games. So like, yeah, you just need to win this, and I think you probably will, but. There's a little voice inside my head that's telling me the wheels are coming off the bus. I'm gonna go
Okay.
1-all. And Duffer and his lawnmower will be
I'm
out
trying to
on.
think, right. So I wonder, like, if you offered me 4 points from Galway and Rovers, no matter how they come over those two games, would I take it? And I probably would, to be fair. Uh,
Yeah,
but like we obviously beat you earlier on the season. These are starting to get going again, so you can't really count on a win there. Maybe a draw would be a good result with Rovers at home. So you kind of need to be winning these games really if you want to be in that title picture.
yeah.
Which I don't really expect us to be. Like you know, we shouldn't really be in the top. We should be the top three picture, but just to start the season we've had, and everyone else has been a little bit stop start. That we do find ourselves at the top of the league, but yeah, it's such early days, and it's such a long way to go. But yeah, are you locking in a draw or an away
I'm
win?
locking in a 1-1. The wheels are off.
1-1. Oh my days. Move on to Sligo Rovers, who themselves are falling off. The wheels have certainly fallen off Sligo Rovers. They are in a poor run of form. They obviously started the season off really well, but I think they've lost the last two games now. Both 3-0 is also heavy enough scorelines in their last two games. But it's a good opportunity for them to get back on track against Dundalk. We'll also see it as an opportunity to maybe get some points on the board as well. So it's not an easy game to call this one.
No, you're wondering about Dundalk, like, because he played well against Pats, like, and they had chances to win that game, and
Yeah.
Shell going back into the team and goals kind of made a great save from Mace Amelia, and like, you're wondering, does that new manager bounce kind of carry in here to a Sligo team that's really kind of off the back of two really poor away performances, and you would have thought with the 2 week break before the Rovers game that they were going to turn up and kind of give it to us good, but they just didn't. They never got going. They looked really disjointed and just yeah. It's a tough one. You could kind of go either way here, but I'm probably just going to say Sligo get back on track. You know, back in their home ground, playing a Dundalk team that is kind of rock bottom, so to say. So I'm probably just going to say 2-0 Sligo.
Yeah, yeah, fair. Uh, this is yeah, it's a tough one. I feel like every game is a really tough one to call these days, but
Mm.
yeah, I will back you with the home win. I think I'll go 2-1 Sligo. I think they should have enough about them. But I'm not overly convinced. I can just see because I think Dundalk will be due a weird result at some stage, like if they're
Yeah, you
due a
can see
weird
it.
win or something,
Yeah,
like yeah, just something
yeah.
like something strange to pop up out of the blue, but yeah, I think the logical if you're putting a prediction in place here, like I think you have to back the home win. I think Sligo have enough. Next up, we do have St. Pat's, as you mentioned, who did draw with Dundalk last week, and they've been kind of relatively poor by their standards and by kind of everything in place there that was kind of built to go on and have a really good season this year and really challenge the top end. And they're kind of stuck in a mid-table kind of zone at the moment. But they do face Waterford at home, who have to back of that 0-0 draw with Galway. Now, as you mentioned, Waterford have recently come up to Dublin and picked up 3 points against Bohemians, and they'll be looking to do the same again.
Yeah, Waterford kind of always are threatening no matter like what facet of the game. They always have a goal in them. Like even against Galway, I know they didn't get the win, but like they nearly nicked in the last minute with Paul Jammond, and like
Yeah.
that's just them. Like they always have that threat. If it's a 1 goal game, they're always there. And like Pat's kind of just you think to get Mower with two great wins against Sligo and Shamrock Rovers, like they go up to Dundalk and they don't look convincing. Like they just didn't really look themselves, and like that's kind of staple of their season. Like it's just
Yeah.
they win games they're not supposed to win, and then they play their draw that they drop points. They play, they play Dundalk and drop points, but you'd kind of have to fancy them to get the show back on the road against Waterford at home. Like if they're going to do it, that's the perfect game. So yeah, I'm probably just going to go with a 1-0 Pats win.
Yeah, good shout. Yeah, yeah. I don't think don't be a whole lot in this. I do see Waterford scoring here, and part of me is thinking of a draw, to be honest.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I'm gonna go for a draw here. I think because I feel like it's one of those games where you just kind of see. I think Pats will be like if they don't score early, kind of fans might get a little bit frustrated, and that kind of seeps onto the pitch a little bit. And Waterford have that kind of counter attacking ability. They're tough to break down in their own right as well. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here. I think Waterford could take the lead actually, and then Pats kind of put on the pressure and kind of score one, and then obviously put on for a winner, but don't eventually get it. Yeah, I think Waterford have enough about them to kind of nick a point here.
I can see it very possible. Yeah, like Waterford have been value for their money as a Premier Division side so far, and Pats have been inconsistent, so it makes sense. So I can
Yeah.
well see that.
Yeah, yeah. Got to go for the 1-1. A bit of an outside shout, but nice to finish out the the video on that. Well, there you have it, guys. Our predictions ahead of game week 11 in the LOI Premier Division. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to like it down below and please do subscribe. It is much, much appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in a bit.